um, to make sure you understand what is happening here. And again, all of this is based off of your work with vertical angles, adjacent angles, linear pairs, um, complementary, supplementary. So we're taking that knowledge and we're now incorporating some algebra with that. So here we go. Number, I'm going to start, like I said, I chose 4 selected problems here. I'm actually going to start with 15. So number 15, I see we are looking for angle B here. And I see that they gave us a 94-degree angle right here and a 243-degree angle right here. Well, if I continue to go all the way around that circle, I know that I'm going to obviously create a full circle, and I know a full circle equals 360 degrees. So that means the sum of these 3 angles equals 360. So my equation would look something like this. And this is what I would expect you to have on your paper. Now I could have combined like terms right away, and I could combine the 94 and the 243, which would be, let's see here, we got 3, 37 equals 360, and I'm going to subtract 337 from both sides, and yes, believe it or not, I'm still going to expect that you are showing the same steps that we did many moons ago when we were going through multi-step equations. And my final answer for this problem is 23 degrees. So if I add them up, 23 plus 94 plus 243, I should get 360 degrees. Okay, let's go to number 19. Okay, number 19, I notice that we have 2 angles, and I'm looking here and I see a straight line right here, which tells me these 2 angles form a linear pair because they are both on a straight line, which means that they add up to 180 degrees. So my equation should look like this. I have my 93-degree angle and I have my 3x plus 18, and again they are going to equal 180 degrees. So my next step is I'm going to combine like terms, and when I combine like terms I am going to get 111 plus 3x when I combine the 18 and the 93, and I'm next going to subtract that 111 from both sides, and that's going to leave me with 3x equals 180 minus 111 is going to be, let's see here, 69, and I am going to, oh look at that, I'm going to divide both sides by 3, and what do you know, it comes out nice and even. X is going to equal, what do we got here, 23 degrees. Okay, actually, I'm sorry, x is going to equal 23, and if I put that in for x and solve, that will give me the actual angle measurement. So I still have a little work to do here. I'm going to plug it back in. So 3 times 23 plus 18 will give me my new measurement. And I know, again, 3 times 23 is going to give me 69 plus 18 is going to give me 87 degrees. And now, if I add these two up, 87 degrees plus 93 degrees, that should give me 180. And what do you know? All right, moving on. Down here, again, I see it looks like we have a full circle if I go all the way around. So I know that these 3 angles should add up to 360 degrees. So that means I have x minus 24 plus 29 plus 296, and that should equal 360 degrees. And I'm going to right away combine like terms. I see I have a negative 24 and 29. That's going to give me a positive 5 plus 296 equals 360. And if you're using a calculator, which you could combine all that right away to get 301 equals 360. And I'm going to subtract 301 from both sides. And that's going to leave me with x equals 59. And again, notice this says x equals 59. Notice I have to plug it back in here. So now I have to do 59 minus 24. And so that angle is going to actually equal 59 minus 24 is going to give me 35 degrees. And again, now if I add up all of these and go move around here, I should get 360 degrees. Okay? All right, and then we get a couple more here. Number 21. 21, our first, the first one's a little different. So I noticed that I have two angles that are directly across from each other. These are vertical angles. So I know that vertical angles are equal to each other. So that means 62 has to equal 2 plus 3x. And so that's it. Nice, easy two-step equation. So I'm going to first of all subtract 2 from both sides, and that's going to get me 60 equals 3x. And my next step, I'm going to divide. So I'm going to put a line underneath there. Divide both sides by 3, and of course it's going to underline that whole thing. Let's get rid of that so we're not confused. And x is going to equal 20. And again, since that's x, that's not the actual angle measurement, I have to plug that back in for x. So 3 times 20, which is 60, plus 2 gives me 62 degrees. Oh, look at that. It's the same as that one. Yeah, it worked out perfect, 62 degrees. All right, and last but not least, okay, I noticed right here, so it's a little bit tricky. I had to kind of read the whole picture here. I noticed they're giving me a right angle symbol, and they must be doing that for a reason. And so first of all, I see that I have a straight line here. And if this is a right angle, that means that, I'm going to get a marker here, that means that this right here is also a right angle, which means this guy and this guy have to add up to 90 degrees. So now my equation would be 40 plus 6x plus 2. So I got the 40-degree angle, this guy, and I got this guy right here. They have to add up to 90 degrees. And again, that was the challenging part of this assignment, was just coming up with the equation. The rest should be easy. The rest you should have mastered, and you are ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to combine like terms. So we get the 40 and the 2 to get 42. And plus, here's my 6x equals 90. And next I'm going to subtract 42 from both sides. And when I do that, I'm left with 6x equals 90 minus 42 is going to give me 48. And I know I'm on the right track because I know that both of these numbers are divisible by 6. And of course, it's going to underline that whole thing. So let's get rid of that. And x. And remember, this is x. It's not the actual angle. X equals 8. So my next step is I have to plug in that 8 for 4x. So 6 times 8 is 48, plus 2 is 50. And does 50 plus 40 equal 90? Yes, it does. Bam. And I am done. So this is what your test is going to, I should say part of your test tomorrow. But this is really the big chunk. And again, this is what separates you from the rest, that you're able to take some terminology, some vocabulary, some new vocabulary, and actually apply it to math and use it. And that's our goal. So, you know where to find me and reach me if you have questions. But hopefully this helped. And don't forget to finish Workspaces 1 and 2 in Mathia, which will also help you get ready for the test. All right, have a great rest of the day, everybody, and see you Thursday for the test.